Okay, I'm going to walk you through how to make your own copy of the SSLP, which is all of the curriculum documents. SSLP stands for Scope and Sequence, all the way to lesson plans and everything in between. When you first click the link, it's going to take you to the screen, and you're going to click on Make a Copy. And here you'll have your own copy. There are a few things that you need to do to prepare this. The very first thing that you're going to do, once the menu appears, there we go. I thought I was going to have to pause, but it just took a couple extra seconds. You're going to click on the Setup tab, and you're going to click Step 1. It's going to take you through these boxes. It does this anytime anybody writes a script in the background. It'll ask you for permission to run it. So you're going to click Continue on that last box. You're going to click on your name. What this is basically saying that Google has not written this script, somebody else has. That somebody else is me. And you had to give it permission to run. So you're going to click Advanced and go to SSLP 12.7.21 unsafe. The reason Google does this is because people can actually write scripts that will take your data and send them off to email addresses or other documents, stuff like that. This particular script does none of that. If you ever want to take a look at it, I'll show you how to look at it yourself, or if you want to have someone else look at it just for security purposes, you may, and then you can come back and do this. You don't have to approve it or verify it in order to see it. I'm going to go ahead and verify it. Again, if you want to go look at it, just close out the box and then come back and do this. It's just asking for permission to look at your Google spreadsheets and run the application. Click Allow. All right, you'll get an email too saying that you have approved it. I did say that I would show you how to get to that script. If you ever want to see it, you go under Extensions and Apps Script, and it's going to show you the whole script under Apps Script. Okay, we have step 1 done. And if it does this on you, mine's moving a little bit slow. I've got a lot of things running in the background. You can cancel it and come back and try again. There we go. Sometimes it gets hung up when you're approving. That's okay for step 1. Step 2, you're only going to want to do this once, and it should not take long at all. It's running that script now. We'll let it continue to do so. There we go. It's finished. Overall, on this template, you'll notice that there are 2 main colors. There's this dark bluish color, and then this kind of pinkish reddish color. Anything blue, typically you don't have to worry about filling out. Anything in that pinkish red color, that's what you're going to type in. Okay, so you can type teacher, class, name of units, the abbreviation, which is actually going to show up over here under the calendar, and the number of days. Once you start putting in a number of days, as you'll see, we'll put some important dates in on the important dates tab, and it will figure out the start date, end date, all of that kind of stuff for you. Okay, so you will not have to type under these columns. Okay, so let's say we have teacher and class in. Maybe we want to hold off on the rest of it until we get the dates in. That's fine. What you are going to want to go do is under important dates. Make sure that the start year is correct. So if you're starting this in 2022, you're going to want to change that to 2022. You're going to put the first day of school and the last day of school, and then you can list off any other dates. So that's professional development days, holidays, any days that you have off. You can also list days that you might want to show up on your calendar, even though they are instructional days. You can list field trips, etc. Just make sure that you keep that first and last day of school right there in those first 2 rows, and then check off any days that are non-instructional days. The other thing that you're going to want to do before you can use this is to fill in your standards and objectives. These long rows are for standards, and then you add the objectives that you break the standard down into underneath that long row. You can add rows here if you like. That's totally fine. So again, standard,